Hi everyone, it's Lynsey at Barbour ABI. In today's video, we're going to be looking at mail merging in the platform using Word and Outlook. So if you want to send a mail merge from the data, first thing you're going to need to do is have either a saved search created or some tagged projects or companies to be able to run it through the process. The first thing that you're going to need to do is come over to the left-hand side. In the icons at the side, you'll see an option here for export data. So the little arrow there, and you click into here. So the first thing you're going to need to do is export the data of that saved search or tag into an Excel sheet. So you come to the top, into new export, and you give this export a name. So I'm just going to call this export projects for mailing. And then you drop down to the next here and you select whether it's a saved search that you've created or a tag. So I'm going to select save search, and then when you open this up, it brings all of your saved searches or tags up for you. So I'm going to select this save search, 25 miles of the office, live projects. And then I'm going to select next. In this page at the top, the default for taking the data out is in an email merge format. So if you were going to send the merge by an email, you would leave it as it is. Or if you drop down here in the standard templates, there's also a letter mail merge. So if you were going to send a postal letter, you can use that template. So I'm going to leave it on email merge. And the next thing you're going to do is using this drop down here is select the roles that you want to take. So from that 300 projects there, as you can see now, I've ticked I want to pull out the architects from that list, and it's gone down from 310 to 268 because it's only going to take out projects that have an architect on, and you have all of these roles to pick from. So you pick whatever you're going to be mailing. So I'm going to select contractor as well. So I want to take out from that data set any projects with an architect and contractor details. This next section here is the section you'll use if you're doing emailing or letter. It will depend which you select. The first one is to exclude companies with no confirmed contact. The next is exclude contacts with no personal email, and then there's avoid duplicates. So if you were sending a letter, you might want to exclude companies with no confirmed contact. So if there was no contact name for you to reference in the letter and you didn't want that, you can tick that. If you're sending an email, I would suggest exclude contacts with no personal email. That will take away any contact names that don't have a personal email. And the avoid duplicate is to remove duplicate contacts. So for example, if you had a contact called Steve Smith and he was on 5 of those projects, it would pull him through in this mail merge 5 times. So you would end up sending 5 emails or 5 letters. So the avoid duplicates will pull a contact row only once. This section below, if you want to, you can exclude people, projects or companies that you've previously mailed. So you can select one of those. If I wanted to exclude any projects that I'd already mailed in the last 6 months, you could select one of those. I'm going to leave that blank and just select next. You can select date ranges here. So if you didn't want to download all 310 and you wanted to add a date range in, you only wanted to download the ones in the last 2 weeks, you could use date ranges there. If you had more than 2,000 in the list, you can sort them into order by latest or project value, and you could download just the top 50 or just the top 100 of those. There's also options here before you download the data if you want to mark the project, mark the company, or mark the contact as mailed today. It will leave a marker against them, and that will allow you when you do future mailings to exclude them. So I'm going to select export now, and it's come into my export page here. So 310 records, and it's just, you can see here, scheduling that download. I'm just going to click run at the top just to nudge that on a little bit. And the status will change from scheduled to preparing, and then it will change to ready to download. Over at the right underneath action now, you've got a green link there that says download, which means your file is ready. So click on download, and you can see there at the top of the screen, it's going to let me open up the Excel sheet. This is going to contain all of your data, just enough information for doing a mail shot with. So it's going to have the project title, which you'll be able to pull through into your merge. And then over at the right here, you'll have your contact name broken down, your personal email address. So again, if you want to look through any of those, if you want to manually take any out at this point. And the other thing is it will pull through the date that contact was added. So you can go through this, sort it into order. Any of the contacts that were added a little while ago, you can remove from the list. So what you need to do with that now is you need to save that and make sure once you've saved it that you close it. So I'm just going to save as. I'm going to save this into my downloads, projects for mailing. So once you've saved it, make sure you close it then. You need to have the Excel sheet closed in the background or it won't do the merge. So once you've got your data saved, the next thing you're going to do is use this link at the top of your download page. So here it says get support with mail merges, and you just scroll down and you'll see the two options here for the templates, the email template and the letter template if you were going to be sending a letter. So I'm going to download the email template, and again you'll see it'll open at the top there, a Word document. So just going to open that up. So what we're looking at now is a Word document, and this is what the inside of the email is going to look like. So when the recipient gets this email, this is the page they're going to see. So at the minute, this is just merge fields. You will then add in the body of your email here. So the message that you want to send in the email. You also need to make sure that you're going to put your signature and everything in this as well. What you see on this page is exactly what somebody is going to see when they open the email. So once you've put all the body of your email in, the next thing is to start the merge. So you come up to the top into mailings and you select the option for start mail merge. And this is where, depending on what you're doing, you select letter or email. So I'm going to select email message. The screen has changed now, and you just move across these tabs here. So the next tab you go to is to select the recipients. You select that and you use an existing list because we've just saved one here, and it will open up to the page where you'll go in and find that. So mine went into my downloads and there's the Excel sheet there, projects for mailing. I'm going to double click it and it'll just bring up a file conversion page here. You can just click OK at the bottom. It will then open up these other tabs across the top for the merge fields. Now you don't need to do anything at all with any of these, as the merge fields are already in this document for you. But if you wanted to add any others in or anything, you can use those. So at this point, the next thing you're going to need to do is just select this option for preview results, and you'll see that as merged now. You can just make sure at this point now that everything looks nice in the document, the fonts of the information you've put in, and at the top everything looks nice. I've just bold and underlined the project that person previously worked on. And then the next thing will be these arrows at the top. You can scroll through the different people now. So if I go to the next one, you can see these are all of the separate emails from that merge. So just make sure a few of them have merged okay, everything looks nice. And once you're happy with it, the next thing is click Finish and Merge. Now, just before I click Finish and Merge, one thing you do need to be aware of when you're sending a mail shot out is before you send it, go to the top right-hand side of the Word document that you're in and click your name at the top. It may sometimes say sign in if you're not signed in. So you need to be signed in, and at the top, it will tell you the email address that merge is going to go from. Now this needs to be the default, so whatever it says at the top there is the email address it's going to go from, and that could be different depending on what device you're using. That email address there is not registered to this Word document. It will be if you log in with a work laptop or a work computer or a home computer, that email address could be different every time. So before you go to the final stage of Finish and Merge, make sure that email address at the top is the one you want it to go from, because remember, all your responses are going to come back through to that as well. So we're going to go ahead, click Finish and Merge, and you just select the option to send email message. If you were sending a letter, it would be the one above to print documents, and it would print the letters off. So I'm going to select Send Email Message, and this is your very last step, this page here. First thing is you're going to pick who that's going to go to, and on this list it will be the person email. So this will match up the person's email with their name and the project they're working on. And the subject line you'll put in will be the subject line on all of the emails that get sent out. So choose that subject line to sort of entice people to open up that email. That will be what they see before they open the email. We would probably recommend sending no more than about 200 at a time out. So if there were more than that in there, you can, instead of leaving it on all here, you can select from 1 to 200. It would send the first 200, and then you could go back in, you could do another merge, and you could send from 201 to 400. So if you need to send smaller batches, you can use the from. When you then click OK, you'll see all of your screens start flashing, and each of those emails will be sent. Once your screen stops flashing, you go into your sent items in your Outlook, and you should see all of those emails going out individually. They're all sent out as individual emails.
Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to learn more about the Barbour ABI platform, don't forget to check out the full training room playlist available via the help button on the platform and on the My Barbour ABI page of our website. If you'd like to book onto one of our training sessions or receive your own bespoke training, just get in touch. Have a great day.